Grind, hi, you living? It's a kid, Dre the Kid, and I'm back with another video. Before I get started, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share our social medias, man. Follow my Instagram, @2.k_. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you're to next. Man, shout out to all the shout ninjas out there. I also have a cash app, donate channel, help channel in the description below. I also got a second channel, DeundreHudson Music. Go subscribe to it. You'll see if I got bars or not. And also, Team Grind, you probably already know this, but for ones who don't know this, today is my birthday. Today is my birthday. I am officially Dirty 30, chapter 30. I'm no longer a young man anymore. I'm happy, but I'm also, kind of a little bit bummed out because, like I said, I'm not young anymore, but I'm still here. I can still go out and go do stuff. I can still go out and accomplish stuff. And speaking of accomplishment, help me accomplish, get to 1,000 subscribers before the year is over with. Can you help me out with that? Can y'all make that happen for me? I very much appreciate it if you can. And also, for anyone who wants to know what am I doing on my birthday, I am doing absolutely nothing for my birthday. And the reason for it, because I'm just trying to go out here. I'm just trying to hustle. I'm trying to grind. I'm out here working my 9 to 5. I'm out here doing my side hustle. I'm out here trying to grind on my YouTube channel because I'm trying to. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'm just out here trying to get this money right now. That's all I'm doing. But I might spend a little bit on myself. Maybe the upcoming weekend or what next upcoming weekend or something. I might buy myself something nice. But overall, am I doing like a big celebration? No. But which also prompted me to do a story time. No, it's not gonna be a birthday story time, but it's gonna be a story time nonetheless. Why? Because I haven't done a story time in a while. Even though story times don't really get that many views, I love doing story times. I like interacting, it kind of putting myself out there a little bit. Sometimes, that's dangerous to do, but, at times it's necessary. So let me go ahead and get to the story. Where I put myself in a love triangle with two women. And these two women were friends. Yes, I sound like a dog, don't I? But, understand my side of the story. The name of these girls is Kayla and Ariel. And this is how it happened. A few years ago, I was working temporarily at the job. Yeah, I know. Women jobs don't mix. Well, relationships and jobs don't mix. But, it's some things happen. Now, it was one day I show up. And I work at this place. You gotta have a fob to get in, and this is where I met Kayla. So Kayla, couldn't get into the building, So I figured, let me help out. So I pulled out my fob and said, "Hey, I got you." But before I can open the door, she did this. She did this right here. Ha! I got in there. Now, when that happened, that struck me as weird. I'm like, weird, and I thought she was being kind of being mean. I thought it was weird and means. But after that, I didn't think much of it. And that was the first time I met Kayla. Well, unofficially anyway. And the second time I saw Kayla. Kayla was driving a car and she waved at me. I'm like, hey. Didn't think much of it. Then that's kind of the third time that I saw Kayla. We do at the job, I was a porter, you empty out trash, you go floor to floor and do it. So one day, I can't remember, I didn't know what floor I was on at the time because relatively I was still pretty new. So I didn't know the building all that well. So this is the third time I saw Kayla. And Kayla asked me hey, how do you get rid of trash? I'm like, oh, I just put on the dolly right here and tear it up, break it down, and take it down to the trash room, whatever. She's like, oh, okay, that's how you get her. And she's like, all right, bye. That was the third time I saw Kayla. And the fourth time I saw Kayla was when she was with Ariel. Ariel was in a wheelchair. Well, not a wheelchair. Yeah, it was a wheelchair. Ariel was in a wheelchair. And I had the daughter with me. I had my coworker with me. Because we just got done taking down something. And we had the daughter with us. And then Kayla said, haha, you just like her. Both of y'all got wheels. I kind of laughed at, I kind of chuckled at it a bit. Cause I'm like, we both got wheels, okay. So, it was one day. I sat back and I actually thought to myself, like, this chick is being mad weird right now. She's making unnecessary, like weird jokes, and she constantly go out of the way to speak to me. I'm like, it's like, then that finally clicked in my head. Kayla, so obscene, she was giving me shooting signals. And when I noticed that, and that's when I started thinking to myself, like, hold on, man. You don't want to get caught up in all this. You don't want to mess around with the tenants and get fired. You don't want to do that. You don't want to mix business with pleasure. That just goes wrong in so many ways. So I started saying to myself, like, yeah, you're right. You don't want to do that. This ain't the time. This ain't the place to do that. So, but I kind of couldn't help myself but to kind of like, investigate a little bit. So this is where I officially met Ariel. It was one day Ariel was rolling down, the hallway of the wheelchair, and I introduced myself and said, hey, my name is Deundre. What's your name? Ariel. She said her name was Ariel. So I shook her hand and I walked away. Cause I was kind of curious. It wasn't until like another day I saw Ariel, so I started to ask Ariel, like, so, like, how you and that girl know each other? I didn't know her name at the time. Then she told me her name was Kayla. I'm like, oh, how you and Kayla know each other? She said, we're dancers. Now, I'll be honest with you. When she said dancers, no, I was not thinking strippers. I was thinking more of like sorority stepping. But come to find out, they were actually ballet dancers. But that's what I was thinking. So, that made me think that they was I thought they was cousins. I thought they was sisters or something like that. But she told me, like, no, they're just friends. So I'm like, oh, okay. Y'all roommates. Okay. But a little bit of time goes by. I stopped seeing Kayla. I just started seeing Ariel. I didn't see Kayla. So that got me thinking in my head. So I'm thinking like, okay, Kayla doesn't live here. Ariel lives here. And when I figured it out, I'm like, Kayla is free game. I can talk to Kayla. But I didn't see Kayla. I went like 3-4 months without seeing Kayla. And I didn't ask Ariel because I didn't know where Ariel be at majority of the time, and I didn't want to look weird walking around looking for her. So it wasn't until like one day, I want to say back in I think it was April, that when it was just a 2-man rotation. One of my coworkers was off, and they were at the pool. Usually I don't work the pool area, but my coworker wasn't there that day, and I had to work the pool area. So Kayla and Ariel both came down to the pool. So I said, bosses wasn't around. Kayla doesn't live here, so this is my chance to shoot my shot. And I kind of waited. I waited because I was looking for an opening for me to go over there and talk to him. When Kayla waved to me, I'm like, okay, that's my opening. But before I can do that, the boss called me to go take his trash. Like, oh, crap. So, but I can come back to the pool because I wasn't done with the pool. So I went to go take his trash. That's when Ariel actually pulled me over and said, go talk to Kayla. So this kind of confirmed my suspicion. Kayla was giving me choosing signals. So I thought anyway. So I go over try to talk to Kayla. And Kayla, she's barely responding. She's barely saying anything. So this is my mistake right here. This is where I made a mistake. Due to the fact that Kayla wasn't talking to me, I decided to talk to Ariel. Why Kayla is right there? I sound like a dog, don't I? But anyway though, I started talking to Ariel, and Ariel is giving me conversation back. I'm up here, putting my little spin on what she said. She said something, I'm just rebuttaling it back to her, and she laughing, she talking, whatever. So long story short, ended up getting Ariel's number. But part of me thought for some reason she was gonna give my number to Kayla. I even tried to talk to Kayla again, but I just couldn't meet up with her. I couldn't speak to her because every time I tried to go talk to her, she was either gone or not there anymore. So it was one day I saw Ariel, so I asked her about Kayla, and she said Kayla was talking to somebody else already. So I'm like, oh, okay, it all makes sense now. So I'm like, well, I guess this is how things supposed to work out. So I started talking to Ariel a little bit more, and this is where I admit I should have just stepped off and walked away. But you know, I got a bit of an ego. Ariel told me that she was more into girls. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But that was this red flag, God, sixth sense, whatever you believe in. I believe in God. That was God telling me, no, to back off, leave it alone. But I'm like, yeah, I don't totally know. You know, let me see where it goes. So we were talking here and there, but I got around to texting her. I was kind of busy over the week. I was kind of busy during that time. During that time, it was like Mother's Day weekend. I was out visiting my family. I was out partying and whatnot. Then I finally got around to text her. This should have been the red flag right here. When I texted her, she wasn't really texting me back. She wasn't. Of course, when I saw her at work, I just realized the video cut out before I was done. So let me go ahead and just finish up the story right quick. Like I said, after I got around to texting her, I eventually saw her at work. I talked to her. I was trying to see what's up. She's like, "Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm a really bad texter. I'll text you tonight." And she ended up texting me later on at night. And I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and just stop beating around the bush. Let me go ahead and just ask her out. So I saw her later on that day. I asked her out. Come to find out, I didn't want to talk to other women because I was getting like kind of like had women looking me up and down because there's women who does food delivery, the Uber Eats, the DoorDash. Though it was a couple women that came in there, and I'm not trying to feel like I'm that dude, whatever, but it was a couple women that came in there. They was kind of giving me that eye, like they wanted me to approach them or whatever. But I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that. It's bad enough I just did that with Kayla and Ariel, what I was basically going back and forth, let me just talk to Ariel, let me see where this goes. that was I'm not gonna say that was a mistake, but that was an ironic twist. And here it is right here. Come to find out, after I asked Ariel out on a date, come to find out she was talking to another woman. And that was that red flag that warned me not to do it. It's very ironic and very crazy. Life is like that sometimes. Life is ironic like that sometimes. I tried to talk to both of them, and both of them just moved away from me and moved on to other people. I take full accountability for doing that. I should have tried to talk to two friends. I should never try to talk to women at work. Sometimes when you violate the game will violate you back. So, only thing I can do, I learn from it. I wish them the best. There is no harsh feelings against any of them. Of course, after I got the message. And here's the thing about me: when it comes to women that I like, I don't like to be friends with them. If I like you like that, I don't want to be your friend. She said we could still hang out and whatever, but it's just the fact that I was attracted to her. And I didn't really want to hang out with her. But we were like, kept it casual. We say hi here and whatever. But after that, we pretty much she ended up moving out, and we ain't too much talk after that. But that's the end of the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share the social medias.